From national security to global corruption, this is the Muckrakers on today's News Talk, TNT.
Now, I wanted to focus today on US politics and the extraordinary scene that we had, the finally long debated discussion between Harris and Trump. Did you both have a chance to see some of it, if not all of it?
Yes, definitely.
And I know, Basil, you managed to see some sort of highlights, but couldn't stand sitting through the whole thing, which is interesting. But what I loved about it was this is the first time, and Harris, I have to say, was a little bit better than we were expecting her to be. Let's first of all have a look then, because there was a long time coming, this debate, and basically they engaged in their first presidential debate, focusing on topics such as the economy, trade policy, and abortion rights. What was interesting were the debate rules, and I don't know if you know much about this, but there were basically discussions about muting the microphones, whether they should be muted when it's not a candidate's turn to speak. And both basically Harris's and Trump's campaign, they had different conflicts. And you'd be surprised about this because basically Harris's team advocated for live mics during the exchange, while Trump's team pushed for muted mics. And Trump's normal debating tactic is to speak over everybody, but he didn't in this particular one. The debate lasted 90 minutes with 2 commercial breaks, and they were anchored by 2 ABC anchors, David Muir and Lindsay Davis. There was no audience in the room. The other rules was there going to be no opening statements, and there was a 2-minute closing statement. There was a restriction on props, no pre-written notes, and no candidate-to-candidate questioning. It all took place in the National Congress Constitutional Center in Philadelphia, a critical swing state. What was your general reaction, let's start with you, Errol, to that debate?
Well, it was obvious that I think Trump did a fine job. As fine as he could. It was clear that Kamala Harris had a lot of acting, or rather training to make the replies that she did. They were very rehearsed, and I'm inclined to think she was even asked the questions by the same moderators beforehand. In other words, it wasn't the first time she saw those moderators. I'm pretty sure of that. It's very unfair, very, very crooked. The whole thing very crooked. The other thing that I noticed is that she's wearing the new audio earrings, which you can buy.
I saw that. On the internet. There was a little meme about they showed the shot. Yeah.
Yes, they have the antenna and everything. Yes. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them before. It's a hearing aid. They can talk to her. So she was. How do you call it? Helped through the whole thing with a bit of prompting, I imagine. And on the other hand, I mean, on top of that, as a woman, she spoke all right. But let me put it like this: there are volumes written about men having an argument with a woman or trying to argue with a woman, and the bottom line is this: men have an innate desire to make sense with their argument, whereas women have no such desire. And that's the bottom line of all arguments between a man and a woman. It's simple. Men have a desire, a strong desire to make sense. Women have no such desire. But at any rate, I thought it was all right. I think clearly, from my point of view, as a businessman and knowing the background of this woman and everything, and knowing that it was all rehearsed and so on, obviously it didn't do anything to move me in terms of who I would rather see in government, and that is, I'd like to see this new Republic Party in power there, for certain. I mean, to get rid of all the people that are homeless and stop all this incredible mess that's going on all around the world, in America and also around the world.
Yeah,
we follow the United States, and we also know here that if Donald Trump gets in South Africa, it will lift us as well. You see, we know that that it will lift us out of you could say almost depression or recession.
Yeah, no, it is very interesting. I'm very keen to have a look at that sort of stuff. And you raise a very interesting point about the earrings. And I say I've seen this reported online together with photos. There are pictures of, apparently you can receive the little earrings, little antenna and things like that.
Yes,
you can receive messages.
Definitely. There's no doubt about it. There's absolutely no doubt about it. They are the earrings that you use for that purpose. So it's not maybe, it's definitely, no question about it.
Very good.
It's amazing to me that these earrings, people know about them. They blatantly didn't worry about it. They just didn't worry about it.
It is extraordinary. Well, they should be looking into that. And I always say, look, here on the Muckrakers, our only mission is to find the truth. And I put it out to ABC. If that were the case, do come on and let us know. Let us know if you check those earrings. And to anybody on Kamala, that's how you pronounce her name, Kamala Harris's party, come forward and confess if that's the truth. Or tell us all about it. Show us those earrings. We'll have a look. And it has been a presidential campaign all about ears from the appalling assassination attempt and that sort of stuff to Kamala, and that's how you pronounce her name, with her earpiece. I think Donald should come on with little earrings as well next time. I think that would be good. so he can have his two people. We're going to take a quick break.
A big one, with antennas.
A big one, exactly. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do a deeper dive into what they actually discussed. Don't touch that dial.
This is the Muckrakers on today's News Talk, TNT.
Well, a very warm welcome back to the Muckrakers with me, Andrew Eborn, joined by Basil Valentine and my new best mate, ERROL Musk, over there, comparing all sorts of notes about cars and earrings and other things. I was mentioning just before the break, or actually ERROL brought it up, about these earrings. There we go. Well, this is an ad for these. You can have a look at that. I think the gallery can pick them up. They're called, apparently, the Nova H1 Pearl earphones. And somebody claims that Kamala cheated the debate with these. I do want to do a deep dive into that. If anybody who's watching at the moment has a pair of these Nova H1 Pearl earphones, do let us know. I'll wear them in the next episode. We can get some of those, and we'll try it out, which is good. It's been an absolute delight, as always. Basil, thank you very much for joining me yet again. ERROL, always a pleasure. We'll compare notes on cars continuously before we get you back on next time. The rest of you, I will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Do whatever you can to support TNT and the wonderful mission. Our quest, our unwavering quest, is to keep and uncovering the truth. With your help, we can continue to do that. I've been Andrew Eborn. You've been great. Thank you very much for joining us.
If you missed this hour, simply go to episodes at tntradio.live